Some of you may be wondering why the heck we're up here today. But let me tell you, there are some surprise whys that could happen this very weekend. That's actually my hope for each and every one of you. Because you may not recognize the amazing conversations that you could possibly have.
For example, last year at this very same conference, Ella and I had no idea that we were about to launch on a year-long journey together.
Dr. Steddum and I had a connection from the moment we met, and I knew she'd have a great impact on my life.
Let us take you back to that very night last year. I remember it very clearly because I wasn't drinking, because I had just found out I was pregnant.
And I absolutely was drinking quite heavily because I needed to have the courage to bring this up to Dr. Steddum.
So we're reenacting. Cheers.
Dr. Steddum, may I speak with you? It's really important.
Yes, of course. Meanwhile, I'm freaking out because she's freaking out.
So what I'm going to ask you really scares me. I'm turning 40 this year, and I want to make a big change in my life, and I need your help to do it. I really want to fix my smile.
Let's do it. Okay. All right. So who am I? Who is this dentist that Ella was trusting to take care of her? Well, a little bit about me. I am married to my dental school sweetheart, fellow Carolina's dentist, Dr. Chris Steddum. Chris and I, he'll appreciate that. So after dental school, Chris and I were very lucky enough to be able to attend the same residency program at the Fayetteville VA Medical Center. You know, we were stoked, full of energy, shiny, hyper, ready to take on the world. Upon completing residency in 2017, I joined Carolina's Dentist, and I never looked back. Today, I am now a partner owner doctor in Carolina's Dentist and Lightwave, and I opened the Carolina's Dentist Cary location in November of 2020 during the height of the pandemic. Fabulous time to open a dental office. So it was great. I consider myself a comprehensive care dentist with a focus on aesthetics. I am also a mother. So Chris and I have had technically 2 COVID babies, because what else were we going to do? Times were slow. So Vivian joined us right after Cary opened. That was great. And then our second daughter joined us early last summer. So despite all of this great training, beautiful high-tech office with great support, opportunity to grow my family, despite everything, I have actually really struggled with my profession and with feeling like I am making a difference in the world. To be honest, I have found this field to be incredibly challenging. For my dentists and providers of any type in the audience, I want you to take a moment and reflect back onto when you received notification that you were accepted into your program. So I remember sitting in one of my classes in undergrad, and an email popped up on my phone, and I thought, okay, I'm in. So this is great. I'm going to be a dentist. I've made it. And here I am on the other side, and I never really feel like I've quite made it. There's always something that seems to be bringing me down. So for instance, how many of you have heard phrases like this? I hate the dentist. So it's a great icebreaker. What are you supposed to say to patients when they say that? You know, like, nice to meet you too. We have feelings. Or, you know, you recommend a very expensive but necessary treatment, and the patient thinks that you're just trying to pay down some luxury. Or one of my favorites is patients just are in awe that their insurance doesn't cover everything. So that's a fun one. But it's all very draining. So while we have those patients that claim to hate us to our faces and the ones that think they're just feeding into lavish lifestyles, we also have those really wonderful patients that remind us of why we do what we do. Ella is one of those patients, and Ella became my why.
I've been Lightwave Dental's clinical coordinator and Dr. Clifton Cameron's strategic partner since 2019. Some of you may be wondering, what the heck does that mean? I pretty much get to tell Clifton Cameron what to do. Maybe some of the time he actually does it, but you know, it's literally a full-time job, being on top of the clinical coordinator. But Clifton truly is the older brother I never asked for, but I'm so, so blessed to have. He's an amazing friend, mentor, and boss who has helped me grow not only professionally, but personally as well. I'm so, so very blessed to call Clifton and his amazing wife, Shannon, family. I've never had a boss have my back the way that he has. Especially this past year, he was there for every step of my journey. When I was scared, he would listen. When I needed a laugh, he would attempt to make a joke. And the best part is, anytime I was upset about anything, he always offered to drive to Pennsylvania to beat somebody up for me. Though, I wasn't quite sure how the hell he was going to do that in the tight pants he wears. But anyway, it was absolutely the thought that counted. Can you go back one? My employment background started off as a medical assistant, and I transitioned into a practice manager. After that, I started teaching medical assisting at a 2-year technical college, and I did that for about 10 years. In that time, I also went back from my bachelor's degree and my master's. Overseeing hundreds of students and faculty members, or trying to manage that man's life, which one do you think is easier? Anybody? Anyway, school, yeah. P.S. If you do ever schedule a meeting with Clifton, first of all, I don't know why people call him to schedule a meeting. Please just call me. Call me, text me, email me. You know how he is. But I can only guarantee you maybe a 50% chance of him actually showing up to that call or meeting. But it's, you know, we do the best we can. The focus of our launch talk is remembering your why. I'm good until this slide, okay? So I apologize. This is good, and I shouldn't have looked at it. Sorry, just bear with me. I'll be good. So it's remembering our why. This is my why. This is my son, Ty. He's 16 years old, and the past 16 years of my life have truly been the most amazing. Hardest years of my life, but also the most amazing. I was born and raised in Pennsylvania, where I still reside. Go Steelers, Cameron Failer. And I come from a family, a beautiful, loving family, and I couldn't wait to start one of my own. I got married in my early 20s, and I had Ty a few short years later. During my marriage, I thought I could get through it. Sorry. You're good. Got this. During my short marriage, I started to become someone else. That happy, outgoing, fun-loving woman slowly started to fade away. And I didn't realize it. I didn't see it happening. That marriage was not one I hoped it would be. It's hard. Don't get me wrong. There were some good times. But those times were overshadowed by abuse. The one example I'm going to share with you today was when I was pregnant. I had a high-risk pregnancy, and I was told that intimacy could literally both kill my son and I. My unborn son and I. I even had to have my doctor write it on a prescription pad to bring home to him. But it didn't matter. I ended up in the hospital in preterm labor, and I was terrified. I can remember the moment I was asked to use the bathroom. And on the back of the door, there was a sign. On that sign, it explained how to inform the nurses and doctors if you're in danger. I remember so clearly that moment, staring at that sign, contemplating on what to do. This wasn't the life I had pictured. You never, ever think it can happen to you. Abuse is not just a black eye or a bruised arm. Abuse is a pattern of controlling, threatening, degrading, and violent behaviors. This can be sexual, verbal, emotional, mental, and financial. And I guess my ex-husband was an overachiever because it was all of them for me. Most of the time it boils down to control. 1 in 3 women and 1 in 4 men are victims of some type of abuse. But there is a way out, and I am living proof of it. Even if you are penniless with a newborn baby, there is a way out. My contact information is here as well as in the CVent app. I really struggled bringing this up today because not everything in life is a shiny, happy smile. But maybe this is the poster and the bathroom that you needed to see today. Despite everything I've been through, I couldn't be happier and prouder of the young man he is. These pictures just show it. He's so happy. He has no idea the strength he has given me over the past 16 years. From me wanting to end my life when he was a few months old, to helping me become the strong, happy, independent woman I am today. We don't have a perfect life, but that's okay, because we truly have the best life. When I turned 40 last year, which I know everyone's thinking right now, there's no way in hell she's 40, but it's true. I finally was going to do something for myself. Ty and I were in a good place in our life, and I was going to do something for me. So I started my journey to fix my smile. But of course, life continues to happen. I really thought nothing was going to get in the way. It was just going to be a great year. But yes, life happened. That year, in March of that year, I had a breast cancer scare. But guess who was with me at every appointment and every single test? It was Ty. I recall him saying to me, "Mom, you always say that God makes everything happen for a reason. We're going to be okay. We're going to get through this." And we did. Ty also supported me through the many trips to North Carolina to see Dr. Steddum. Though he hated when I left, he knew it was something I needed to do, and he was so proud of me. As a mother, I couldn't ask for more. He says I've taught him what both a mother and a father should teach their child. But I truly don't think he'll ever be able to comprehend everything he's taught me. The wildest part of this journey, which I definitely did not see coming because the last 15 years were pure hell for me with his father. But he and I became friends, which means we sort of get along. His wife is one of my really dear friends now. But a lot of people don't understand the relationship that we have. I keep him at a distance to protect myself, but still, it has made Ty's life so much better. And I think any parent in here, you do whatever you can do or would do for your child. So it's helped. It just proves that God's plan is bigger than we can ever imagine, and we just need to trust his process.
So I have heard Ella's story several times now, and each time I hear it, I just can't get over your strength. It's incredible. Treating people like Ella is the reason I became a dentist, because her case represents what I love to do and why I do it. Being able to make someone smile is just one of the best feelings you can have. So how do we do it? How do we change Ella's life and help her find confidence in her smile? Well, we're going to get into a little clinical here, which is my strong point. So these are photos from Ella's first appointment. It was a whopping 6-hour appointment. That's how committed she was to getting her dental treatment done.
Horrible.
She was also flying from Pennsylvania to North Carolina, and she was super high on Valium, so we really had to
That was the only good part. That was the only good part. Definitely.
And at the very bottom is our first pre-treatment selfie with Sierra, our amazing dental assistant, and she's smiling here. And I wanted to point that out, is, you know, we hadn't taken a drill to the tooth yet, but here she is smiling, slightly high, slightly forced smile, but she's smiling. And it's important to recognize that sometimes just half the battle is showing up to get the journey started. All right, quick shout out to my team at CarolinasDentist Carrie. You all are amazing, and nothing that we do is possible without everyone on board, so thank you. Okay, so getting into clinical now. Ella's chief concern was to fix her smile and regain her confidence. So she's turning 40 this year, it's her year, so everything was done with that goal in mind. We only have 20 minutes to talk, so I'm going to give a very high-level overview of the clinical process here. So to help her see some immediate improvement, we tweaked some oral hygiene habits, got her hooked on the water pick. She loves.
I love the water pick.
Makes a difference. We did some, front anterior tooth fillings just to help her see some immediate improvement to keep her motivated. But then I had to go have a baby, so it was a great time to throw her in some Invisalign. And in 6 short months, we were able to just reduce some crowding and fix some overjet, which is huge in these big smile makeover cases because it allows you to have much more conservative final restorations. So shout out to the Strategic Partnership Program in Gladwell Ortho. It's awesome that we have a team that backs us and allows us to do this to set our patients up for the best end result. So, and then, did you shrink?
I did. I shrunk the before one because it was so bad. So I didn't want you guys to see it too clearly. Sorry.
All right, so the itty bitty picture is Ella after Invisalign, before her temps went on, and this just shows you like beginning of the appointment and end of the appointment with her temporaries.
And guys, I can't even tell you what I felt the moment just seeing these temporaries. Holy crap, I hugged Lauren. I just held on to her because it was already so life-changing for me. And I want to remind everybody out here just the impact that you have on something even as just as the temporaries. It was already changed my life. It was amazing. This might be a little hard to read, but this is some text that I sent Ty right after I got my temporaries done. And he truly is like my biggest fan. You know, he's like, oh my God, Mom, this is so great, it's so cool. And yeah, so it's just, I mean,
these texts are heartwarming for me to see too. I was like, I don't even know Ty, but I love him. So sweet of him. All right, and here is Ella in the wild, enjoying her final results.
Look at that
smile! So Ella says this case was life-changing for her, but I want to point out that it was life-changing for me as a provider as well. It was so much fun for me. It gave me great purpose. It really helped pull me out of some postpartum depression I was dealing with and get me back to work. I mean, this case truly fueled me.
I want to give a quick shout out to everyone at CarolinasDentist Cary. Their team is so amazing, and none of this would have been possible without them. So I'm so grateful. Today, I seriously walk around. You probably see me in the hallway walking around smiling for no apparent reason. I just smile all the time now. It's so wonderful. The patience that Dr. Steddum and her team had with me was like nothing else. They could tell when I was tired and feeling defeated and just did not want to go on anymore, going in for the appointments. But their encouraging words and kindness truly made a difference. There were many times I didn't want to go back, like I said, because if I had to have my entire mouth numbed one more time, I was absolutely going to lose it. But they made it bearable. I really want you to listen to this part. The little things really made the biggest difference for me as a patient. The comforting blanket that they offered me at every visit, my very own CarolinasDentist chapstick that I brought to every procedure, Sierra, the dental assistant, allowing me to hold her hand and wipe my tears, and Clifton coming in to see me on a couple of my visits. And especially them allowing me to hold the suction thingy. I really had an issue with that.
To this day, most saliva ever produced by a patient. She should win an award. It was epic.
Oh, goodness. But Dr. Steddum's continued excitement and encouragement was so vital in my transformation. She gave me that courage to keep going, and she gave me a confidence that I had never once experienced in my life. Since I'm telling you everything about my life, I'm going to tell you this embarrassing story.
I mean, I don't think it's embarrassing, but it's
so embarrassing.
Pretty amazing. So you never know where a beautiful smile will take you. For example, Ella decided to get on Match.com and check out these results.
Guys, these were comments that I've never heard before. You unquestionably have the most beautiful smile. It was amazing.
This is what happens when your confidence is restored. The proof is in the traction from Match.com. And we are not paid to say that. I mean, your boy Dominic, Look at that. He wants to own the room.
Oh yeah,
with
this
you?
guy, the red circle, yeah. Put it all out there.
Yeah.
The impact, I know I keep saying that word, but the impact that this has had on my life will be something I will truly carry with me forever. The journey definitely wasn't easy, but it was worth every penny. So thank you to each and every single person in this room for not only making a big difference in my life, but in the life of so many patients. If it was the year of you, what would you do?
Just do it.